Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know, man. There's certain franchises that will exist within gaming that obviously they're never going to go anywhere, but you almost kind of wish that they did for a second so that way something new would come up. Like when I think about how many Tekkens and how many Mortal Kombats and how many Street Fighters and how many Dead or Alives, and there's just, I wish we could get something new for once because we don't get that with fighting games anymore, man.
I mean,
Like,
like the thing is like fighting games like Mortal Kombat and Tekken and stuff like that is like the reason why they're popular is the characters, and if you
no,
just like
I get
throw
it.
away the formula, then it's like it's hard to, like you said, find a new game, but it doesn't make sense for those companies to make a new fighting game when they already got the recipe. Like it makes more sense for a new studio to try to come up with a good fighting game. But
Well, that's what I kind of mean too. I feel like that would happen more likely if some of the other games didn't exist all the time and get to shine. But
yeah, I mean, it is hard too because fighting games is like a dying genre. Like, you don't see too many games that are really popular that are straight fighting games. Like you said.
I think that the genre is going to make a comeback in the metaverse. I really kind of do. I think that's where somebody, if they're smart enough, will sit there and say to themselves, yo, we're going to make a fighting game.
Like Denzel laughing because I feel like he's thinking of the Black Clover episode. I know he is.
Talking about Black Mirror, yeah, yep,
Black Mirror. That's a Black Clover. A shout out to my
animes.
Oh man,
Black Mirror. But I get them mixed up. But yeah. Well, I forgot what the game was called. But
Striking Vipers.
I ain't going no Striking Vipers universe. I ain't putting on that thing with y'all. Like,
have you seen that episode?
I have not,
bro.
I gotta check that one out. And I've watched a shit ton of Black Mirror. I just haven't seen that episode.
You gotta watch that episode soon because
okay.
It's gonna make your whole little argument there even funnier. Oh man.
Huh? Is it gonna disturb me? Because the smile you have is like,
yup, it's gonna disturb you. Definitely gonna disturb you. With that being said, guys, let's just get started here. Oh man, thank you guys for watching. This is the Expansion Pack podcast, where we download this week's gaming news, and y'all know we bring it straight to you. We're over here talking about Striking Vipers and Black Mirror and all those fun things. If y'all know, y'all know. That's yeah.
I don't want to know.
Y'all might not want to know. I can't wait for Chris to see this so he can see. He gonna be like,
I'm scared now, bro.
So hold up. Pause on that whole metaverse fighting game thing.
I'm super scared now. Like, do I really want to watch
look
this?
at it and be like, maybe I made a mistake.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. The way you guys are talking about this, and I know it's not this, but this is giving me super Two Girls in a Cup vibes, and I'm not liking this. This is what is this? What is this episode about? All right?
No, don't say nothing. You're not far off.
Don't say that. Now you're gonna be.
oh boy, I don't know when I'm watching this one. Because oh boy, woo. Let's start for real. Oh boy.
Oh god. So yeah, like I said, it's the Expansion Pack podcast. I'm your host, Black Ice, joined by my co-host each and every week. We got Mr. Goop Master Flex to my right. What's going on, bro?
No, stay gooping, but just not on Striking Vipers.
Never on Striking Vipers, bro. at least not with your boys.
There we go.
Down low, we got my guy, May 25th. What's going on, bro?
Man, I don't even know what I done stepped into, bro. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm sorry. No, we do not need a fighting game in the metaverse, apparently. I was just talking out of my ass. Pause. Yeah. Other than that, everything's good though. Everything's good. Talking about some games and shit,
Talk about some games. Before we talk about those games, before we get into your little segment here, though, I do want to say if you guys like video games, which you obviously do because you're here, and you like TV shows, which there's a good chance you do because we talk about that a lot here too. Make sure to check out Black Mirror though. It's on Netflix. Check out that episode, Striking Vipers. It's very interesting. And then come back and then, tell us what you think about it. And if you want a fighting game in the metaverse. All right. So
I'm so scared.
We're gonna check back in next week. You're gonna get Chris's reaction to it. You know what? We should record that shit live.
Do I even want to do that?
Well, we're gonna do the Master Chef meta, but this time a Black Mirror.
Oh God.
Oh
Master Chef meta.
I'm petrified this episode now. Good God.
All right, let's get this shit back on the rails here, guys. Chris, let's get to the icebreaker. Hit us off.
Yeah, let's change the lane right quick. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, people, icebreaker. This week is a very simple one, very straight to the punch. Straight to the punch. See what I'm saying? If you could pick a character in a video game, any video game, don't matter if it's the main character or an NPC, whatever. If you could pick somebody in a video game that if they existed in real life, you'll punch them right in the face. Like, harder than that, but you know what I'm saying. Who would it be? I feel like there's always one, you know, there's always somebody that pisses you off in a video game somewhere to the point where you're like, yo, bro, if you existed, bro, you get these hands, bro. Like, there's somebody out there. So, obviously, I'm going to go first. I got several. I got several, y'all. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm gonna just speed run a lot of these. You know what I'm saying? Zavala and Lord Saladin. Both of y'all at the same time. Just line both of them, right? So that's number 1 to 2. I don't know if you recall from the Walking Dead Telltale game, the first one with Lee. Y'all remember when there's that scene where you're going through that, I think it's a church or something like that, when it's got like that spiraling staircase that goes to the top where there's a bell and shit, and that dude Benji or something like that, the one that you saved, the kid with the blonde hair and the Letterman jacket, fam, yo, he pissed me off so many times, bro, so many times in the story. I'm like, yo, if you you're not a squad, bro. This is life or death, bro. And your ass is doing too much bitch shit, bro. Like, we are out trying to live. And you are just compromising everything we're doing. Like, yo, don't even get me started on this dude. Because if this was a real life situation, and maybe I sound like an asshole for saying this, he couldn't be in my group, bro. If I'm trying to survive in the zombie apocalypse, my dude. Like, nah, bro. You got you a little test run? Yeah, yo, facts. Like, I am cutthroat in that situation. I don't care. I'm trying to live. If you are out here on some bullshit and you're not a squad, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta, because, yo, bro, you trying to live. I ain't got no time to be carrying him around. And this dude was at least 6 feet tall. He's tall for nothing. You should have been handling some business, bro. You shouldn't have been with a machete, with a baseball bat. Shit, wasn't you on the varsity team? You had the damn jacket. You ain't athletic. Like, bro, so this dude, bro. Oh my God, I couldn't stand this dude. He really, really got to me just because he wasn't P, bro. He wasn't P.
That's not pushing P. That's not pushing.
Not at all. That was pushing L, bro. Anyways, there was another one I had that I was like, yo, definitely can get a punch too. Fuck. I might have forgotten what the other one was. The list was so long.
My boy keeping a list. He's like, you might told the reason why.
Yo, it was just what it was. Yeah, I'm gonna cap it right there. I had, I think, 1 or 2 other ones, but they have skipped my mind at the moment. But I was really passionate on that Walking Dead one just because, bruh, this dude, yo, I've never seen a dude in a video game compromise shit so much all the damn time. And I'm sorry, I didn't know. I just freaked out. If you don't get your little ass back down the road, you ain't with us. He's not with us. You don't get these gates. You don't get the guns. You don't. No. Sorry. No. Got to be useful, bro. Better get over that shit. We're out here.
Okay. Definitely wasn't surprised about the Destiny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I remembered it. It's the last one. He pissed me off too. And this was more of an emotional thing because I was younger. Mm-hmm. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City. When Lance Vance turns on Tommy, bruh, unforgivable, bro. unforgivable, bro. I don't know why. That shit hit me mad hard, bro. When he did that, I'm watching it.
That
I
did
was so
hurt.
mad. I was so mad at this dude. I was like, dog, you of all people, you won't do this to Squad? This is what you, bruh.
We were supposed to make it out.
Fam, I was heated, bro. Nah, Lance Vance could have caught a swift one too, bro. Bro.
He got me tight, yo, because like, yeah, I recently played the story again because of the definitive edition. I'm just like, yo, man, like the chemistry was there. Why you had to do that? That's my guy, you know.
For no reason, bro. That shit was just cold, bro. Nah, bro.
That was depressing. I agree with that one.
Mm-mm. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
It's gonna be like there's more. I got another one.
Got a lot of people want to punch, man.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's man.
Can't wait till you play Elden Ring. You gonna have a lot more people you want to punch.
They said no maidens.
Oh no. Oh no. You know what? That was honestly the one. Like when Chris first brought up this topic, that was the first person that came to mind because of like recency bias. But I'm gonna choose someone else. So, Manny, go ahead, yo. Who you got?
Yeah. I feel like anybody who played Grand Theft Auto 4 can relate to this. You know, we love you, Roman, but you're annoying calling us every 5 minutes, wanting to go bowling. Bro, if I see you in real life, you throwing hands. Stop blowing up my phone, bro. I get in the middle of a cop chase, 6 stars, hauling ass. Dude. Hey, Nico, you want to go bowling? Oh, back. Yo, let me have some face. No,
oh god,
that's why I ended up playing the DLCs more because they don't, Roman don't bother me. So like, yo, like this man, I feel like Roman will call you the most out of anybody else, and it would get so because like, if you don't if you don't do it, then the relationship goes down. But like, yo, come on, yo, you go bowling once, like 5 minutes later, hey Nico, you want to go bowling?
Man's wanted to chill all the time, bro.
Damn, are we all picking a Grand Theft Auto? Like, I really didn't think that was gonna happen when I picked my answer. Oh man,
so Denzel's a Grand Theft Auto character. Okay,
it's a person that everybody loves, but I want to punch him in the face. Actually, you know what? I got 3 people. I'm gonna throw out there.
Okay,
two of which are definitely fan favorites. So I'm gonna start with the one that most people don't really give a shit about. So the first one is gonna be Ashley from Resident Evil 4. She's annoying. It's the president's daughter, right? Yeah. She's annoying as fuck. Because you have to kind of like protect her the whole time. And I don't know. She didn't do anything in particular. She's just being like a little girl who needs help. But she was just annoying in the game. She's just annoying in the game. Like having to worry about her getting eaten by zombies while I'm trying to worry about myself getting eaten by zombies. And she was useless. She wasn't doing anything other than just like hiding under tables and doing this and doing that. So
how old is she? She was like a kid.
She's like, I don't know, maybe like 13, 14.
God damn, man. You're cold-blooded.
I'm just saying she was annoying. That situation was annoying because I had to worry about it. So that was annoying. Not that big of a deal. Low on the scale.
Okay.
Claptrap, annoying.
What?
Claptrap's annoying. He's funny sometimes.
Hey.
He's funny sometimes, but more often than not, it's like, yo, bro, just shut up. Let me go do this.
Oh, that's the whole.
Let me get my comedy from somewhere else. Like sometimes it was just a little too much for me. So I don't know. That's just me. I know nobody's gonna agree with any of these. And the final one is Trevor from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Sure. Well, yeah.
He's annoying as hell, bro. Get your fucking mentally unstable ass together so we can finish these missions and go get this bread. Why you always gotta be doing crazy shit? No, I don't like that. Someone like him, that's the type of person. He can't. Well, Zombie Apocalypse, I'm gonna take him because he's crazy enough to like get certain things
he
done.
gonna handle some business, bro.
He was in The Walking Dead too, so what the actor was.
Yeah, he was. But actually, no. Yeah, you know what? That's a perfect example. That the person who played Trevor in Grand Theft Auto was in Walking Dead, and he was a horrible character in there. Like he fucked up everything. He was with Negan's crew, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like, you don't want to mess with Negan.
Shit.
And he fucked everything up. See, actually, you know what? That's a perfect example because he played
they skin mapped him for the game, right? Like that, they actually used like his look. I know exactly what you're talking about. Whoa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did that with everybody that they played with. Everybody was like basically like their skates was put in the game.
I just learned something new. That was awesome.
But yeah, I can't be running a criminal organization with some like unstable ass motherfucker. Like, yeah, it's funny and it's cool in the games or whatever. It's cool in the games. I'm fine with it in the games, but I'm saying if he existed in real life, nah, bro, he's out.
To be fair, it was all Michael's fault though, because like Michael like made him unstable because of like, you know, spoiler alert for a game that came almost 10 years ago. He betrayed him.
Yeah. Bro, Trevor been crazy off the rip.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can't give him that one. You can't give him that one.
Yeah, he's been crazy, but like, you know, Michael kept him, you know, online. But, you know, of course he's going to have trust issues when he realized that he was supposed to be the one that's killed, not Brad.
Bruh. Trevor really is crazy. It don't matter at all. You saw the heist that we had to do in GTA Online, how he went about his business. Nah, man, that man is crazy. I would never want to deal with him in real life. Fuck that shit. Punch him right in his face. Shoot.
You know, it's funny because like I can see that in real life. Oh my god, that's super funny. Hey guys, what are we doing? You guys trying to plan some shit?
No, I can't. Can't do that.
Money. Oh, I'm totally there. I'm there.
Yo.
I'm there. You need guns? I got guns.
Coked up. We over here trying to like plan some stealthy shit, and he's like, "Guys, I got this." Like, nah, nope.
Live a little, man. You don't smile anymore, bro. Yo, I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, Trevor. You know, you may hate him, but I love that dude. I thought I was gonna hate Trevor out of everybody else because he was just like, you know, he just seemed like he was off, but like even though he was off, he was on something. But you know what I'm saying?
He's funny in a video game. But in real life, if that person was in front of you, bro, there's no
he would be unbearable.
way you'd be able to deal with that.
Of course, I mean,
you imagine that coming into your store if you're a manager? Can you imagine that, bro?
I would, you know, I wouldn't do anything. Yeah, when you close the shop, I'll be scared.
Oh my god, that's something else.
He's crazy though. If I punch him in the face, he might try to stab me, but I feel like I can figure him out. But he's crazy.
I feel like he would like it. Like he's like a sadist. Almost.
He would like it. He would like it.
That's all you got. Hit me again.
You know, if Trevor walking in my store,
now we're fighting.
I'm not arguing with him. You can take whatever you want.
Trevor would love striking vipers, by the way. Bruh. Just want to throw that out there.
Stop.
Yo, we gotta chill with this striking viper shit, bro. This is giving me anxiety, bro.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait for you to see it. All right, guys. That was an awesome icebreaker. Thank you for that one, Chris. Let's get into the games though, like we were talking about. Not too many big things happening this week or last week, but you know, a couple little things that we want to talk about for sure. First thing. Kind of took me a little bit off guard, but I guess it's not too big of a surprise considering, you know, the state of things, how we've constantly talked about video games being adapted to movies and television shows and whatnot. But first story we got here is that Sony is reportedly working on shopping around a God of War TV show. And it looks like at this point in time, they're negotiating with Amazon Prime to be, people to go ahead and make it and publish it. So, with that being said, because we don't really have that much more information about it, we don't have an actor, we don't have, I think we have a director. I think they said we have producers, sorry. So the same people who made the TV show The Expanse. Personally, I haven't watched that show, but I've heard it's a pretty good sci-fi show. I don't know about this one, guys. I think it should be good because God of War is amazing, but I feel like they're not going to get Kratos casted well. For some reason, I just have this thought in my mind that Kratos is not going to get cast the way I would want him to get cast. So we can all go around. Manny, I'm gonna start with you. What do you think about this? Are you excited about the show? Do you think? I mean, who would you cast as Kratos? First off, I guess
I forgot his name, but I'll probably go with the dude that played Luke Cage. Forgot his name. I would rock with him. You know, I think he could pull it off. How I feel about it? God of War is my favorite game, of course. Well, one of my favorite games. I got plenty of favorite games. It just depends on where they start off and how they go about it, because we already know when he was in the Greek mythology universe how, you know, the game was. It was just all like action, gory, and all that kind of stuff. There wasn't really like no deep story that was into it. Like there was like lore, of course. Like we already know like what happened with Kratos, how he became the way he was, and everything like that. But you know, it doesn't get as like that cinematic feel like as it did in God of War 2018 or 2017, one of those years. So it just all depends on where they start on. I would love to see the show, of course. I have Amazon Prime, so I wouldn't have to pay for anything else, of course. Sadly, I got to pay for CBS for or Paramount Plus for the new Halo series. But other than that, it just depends on how they do it, because I feel like, you know, even the shows on Amazon Prime have been good. I haven't, you know, seen anything about the directors or the producers. Maybe I have, and I just don't recognize the names. But like, I feel like this is just one of those things you really can't mess up to, because it's like, you know, it's one of those iconic franchises that you can't just mess up. It's God of War.
I feel like you could definitely mess it up.
I mean, they can. I mean, anything's possible. But like I think it just depends on where they start off and how deep they go with it. Because if they're going off the Norse mythology, then like, you know, it can go in line with like the game, I guess, and see how it goes. But if they go with like start all the way back in the beginning, that would also I would also be fine with that. I think that would be pretty cool.
I think I'd prefer them to start at the beginning, especially because the games didn't the older games didn't really do the deep, intimate storyline until, you know, the 2018 game. So I think it'd give them an opportunity to go back and fill in some gaps and, you know, I guess get creative with it. They'd have a little bit more room to work with cinematically, as opposed to going, you know, adapting something that was already so well done cinematically.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, because, you know, not everybody really knows about how the Greek mythology Kratos, you know, went about and stuff like that. Just because the games are old and like God of War didn't really get popular until later. So
a lot of people don't know anything about Kratos. Like even playing all the games, they still people think he's actually a white man. So, you know, there's that. That's why I feel like they're not gonna get this shit cast right, to be completely real.
They're gonna get my boy Johnny Sins. Yo, Johnny Sins gonna be great.
Oh God, you're wild. You're wild.
I mean, am I wrong, yo? I'm in God of War, the Greek mythology. My boy Kratos was slanging.
Well then.
This is a raunchy episode. I tell you.
It wasn't raunchy before. It got raunchy now.
Yeah. It got a little weird.
Oh man, a little weird. Manny played himself again, exposed himself.
His face.
Johnny Sins. All right, that's who Manny be admiring.
All right, I stop.
Well, in all seriousness though, for real though. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting if they cast the guy who played Luke Cage. I don't know if I would love that per se, but
no.
You hate him. I don't know why you hate him, but I don't know.
He's not a good actor to me, man. I'm sorry. I can't give him that.
The dude who played Luke Cage, Chris is not.
You don't think he's a good actor?
I think he's fine. I don't think he did. I don't think he had to act a lot in Luke Cage, but. Well.
I mean,
I just think there's a lot better people do Kratos.
If you're going about like the Greek mythology way, like yeah, you're gonna have some story elements, but like then, you know, it's more of an action-y thing. So I think it'd still be solid. You know,
I think I need. So here's the thing that I never got from that actor. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, but when I think about Kratos, he needs to damn near be like Wolverine, like just angry, like a massive ball of rage. I don't get that vibe from that actor at all, and maybe that's because, you know, Luke Cage was campy, like, and I feel like it was campy on purpose. Like it was tonally supposed to be a little bit more campy, but fill in like whatever urban, version of this whole Netflix Marvel thing they were trying to do. And I feel like the world around Luke Cage was great, but the actor himself, I feel like he did what was given to him, which was to be like a campy good guy. I don't know. I don't see that edge to him. So
I can see what you mean. Yeah, definitely.
So Chris, I mean, what do you who would you cast as Kratos if you had to pick someone?
Johnny Cena? No.
John Cena. No, I'm playing.
The Rock.
The Rock. Yeah, I was just. I mean, honestly, though, he would pull it off. He would pull it off, but he's too.
I could see that.
He's just too. He's too like it has nothing to do with him and his acting, because I think him and his acting would kill that role, and I could see him being angry and doing all the things that we talked about, but I just don't want to see his face like playing Kratos. Agree. You know, like
I look at his face and I picture Kratos, and I don't like, like you said, he would be like a good actor playing a role, but like it doesn't fit the face because like I don't know, it just his face doesn't have that Kratos look.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick a left field answer. Mm-hmm. Left field.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Omari Chadwick, I think, would be a decent Kratos.
Omari Chadwick.
Who do you play? Like
he's this man in power. Ghost.
Okay.
So you said the man in power? Who?
He plays Ghost, the main character.
Ghost in Power.
Oh, Ghost in Power. I actually haven't watched Power, so.
He's also in. Trying to think.
I'm gonna flash up a graphic on the screen for you guys watching at home, so you can see.
You know what? All right. You know why I'm gonna say this? There's a scene in Power, if you've watched it, where he's talking to his son, I believe. It was either his son or somebody that was part of his crew. Either way, he was giving them a directive, right? And his directive was like, go handle X, Y, and Z. And they were being all talkbacky, right? And the scene was literally, he turned around and went, go! And they made it a meme, right? If you look at it, he's like, the rage he had in that moment told me I think he could pull off a lot of those Kratos scenes very well. And he's got the physique for it. Clearly, whoever they get in the role, if they got the physique, they're gonna just spray them with the chalk look and shit and get them right. And I think they're gonna have to manufacture his beard and stuff like that, because don't nobody be rocking that kind of beard. That shit look weird.
I don't know about that one.
You think? Well, I mean, if it wasn't Amari Chadwick, I don't see him doing. Well, maybe. I guess he could grow it out.
Yeah, I think you could definitely grow that out.
Let's go with the God of War. The original God of War from Greek, where he has the goatee instead of the beard.
I think you're gonna make him look a little bit more like the guy from now, because I think that's more doable. Yeah, nah, that beard's doable for sure. You can get somebody to grow that out.
I don't know why I keep thinking of remembering it being long and then having all those braids and shit tied into it.
Nah,
like that at one point. Mm-hmm. No.
Nah, I never had beards. I'm not braids.
You're thinking of like that Viking look.
Yeah, that's what I keep remembering from way back, but I guess I'm off.
I'm probably thinking of like the Stranger from the beginning of the new one. You played New God of War, right?
Not the newer one, no. I haven't had a PS4.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
No, wait, no. I did have it for a little bit, but I didn't play whatchamacallit before I got rid of it.
It's on PC now. You got a PC. Something to think about.
I might just wait, because I'm going to try to get the PlayStation hopefully this summer, if I can do it. And then there's a lot of old shit I got to go back and play.
I love the PC mods where he made Kratos CJ.
I just saw that like last week, yo.
Oh, that's why I love PC, because people are so fast to do the dumbest things, bro. Like, why you gotta make them see?
Yo, that is too lit, bro. Imagine. You want to talk about crossovers in a video game? CJ and Kratos?
That's where, like, CJ, the king of crossovers, just because everybody modding him in every game. I wouldn't be surprised to put Shaggy as Kratos. Like,
no.
Oh, man.
Is that gonna become a meme, bro? All these people just versus Kratos in his universe, just
I remember when Sekiro first came out, and like in the beginning, like when you're fighting the tutorial boss, it had CJ fighting Big Smoke, and the Big Smoke was a tutorial boss. And I was like, "What's going on?"
CJ's a legend, bro. He's just a legend. It don't matter.
One person we wouldn't punch is CJ. No, it's not.
He is the video game version of Chuck Norris. I'm telling you that right now. Oh, them block hands, you don't want them hands.
I mean, Bob and weave, yo. All right, so, man, I'm trying to. Honestly, I don't think I can think of anyone better than what you brought up, Chris, with that Omari guy. Because as soon as I looked him up, I was like, oh wow, yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, the guy who voices him is pretty good. Like, would be a good visual representation of him, but I don't know if he's like I don't know. I don't know if he would work as the actual actor, like in a live action thing. I would imagine that it's gonna look a lot like Spartacus or like those Viking shows or whatnot. I don't know. I don't know how they could pull that off. I'm guessing the best case scenario is that it looks like The Witcher. Have you seen that yet? Either one of you actually?
I've only seen clips from it. I've never sat down and watched it.
Which is pretty good. Season 1 was amazing. I didn't get a chance to finish season 2, but I liked what I saw, so it's just a matter of time, to go back and watch it. If they could pull something like that off, that'd be pretty good. But who knows?
It's gonna take a lot of resources and shit to get this to look right.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, that's we talked about it before too. Like PlayStation having the resources that they have, they literally own movie studios, right? So,
see, this is what kind of confuses me with the whole situation, though. I forgot to bring this point up. I'm actually kind of shocked that they keep taking their IPs and then offsourcing them to other platforms to put them. Because I'm like, you guys have so much good stuff in house. I'm baffled that they're not using some of this stuff on their own platforms. You know what I mean? Remember when we talked about they got Destiny, and I'm like, maybe they're gonna revive their own little Sony subscription service or whatever. And you think about the fact that they gave this to someone else. They gave The Last of Us to HBO, and it's just why are y'all doing this? I don't get it.
I think if I were them, I think it just makes more sense to do it that way because nothing that they have, they own. I think they own Crackle, right? And then they had whatever TV service it is that they tried to put together. I don't know. That doesn't have the scale of a Netflix. It doesn't have the scale of an Amazon Prime. It doesn't have the scale of an HBO Max. So why focus on building that up when you could just not have to worry about the infrastructure of building up a service like that and just sell it out to HBO, who'd be willing to spend millions and millions of dollars to be able to put that on their network,
Yeah, no, I feel you. I don't know. For some reason, I just keep thinking that they have enough reputable IPs to they're gonna pull some eyes in. You know what I mean? It kind of just I don't know, just shocks me. I get why Xbox is not Xbox, but Halo is on Paramount Plus because obviously Xbox doesn't have any kind of platform like that. But it's just I don't know. I guess I would have took the shot on myself to try to see if I can make it happen and then see what goes from there. But I don't know. I think about Spider-Man. I think about all these different things that they have under their umbrella that if they wanted to, they could come up with something, but I don't know. It's just weird to me. But I get what you're saying. I get it. I mean, the money's there and it's good. Why not? But damn,
Maybe they don't have. I mean, I think it's one thing to make movies and, there's a lot of partnerships that go into all of that type of stuff. Maybe they just don't have the resources that we think that they do to be able to make something like a Netflix or a, Amazon Prime Video or so on and so forth. Maybe they do. I don't know. It is interesting. I mean, I can't understand what you're saying when you look at the broad range of things that they control, that you would make some sort of subscription service, but everything that they own is tied into, well, let me rephrase this. So Spider-Man, right? It's complicated. They own the movie rights outright from my understanding, but they've struck some sort of partnership with Disney now. So that becomes complicated now. Will Disney because I think they just made some sort of agreement that the new Spider-Man will come to Disney Plus like at some point, and the rest of the movies will come to Disney Plus as well, which wasn't a thing that existed before. So it's like those contractual obligations that you have now, if you try to come out and make your own thing, it's not going to be a problem. Obviously, that's one like franchise. You can still do all the games that you're trying to do. You know, they're trying to do like a Ghost of Tsushima show, like you said, the Last of Us show, and all that stuff. I would have to imagine there's some reason for it, but
because they got hitters, bro. These are hitter IPs, bro. Like Last of Us, like I would have held on to that one tooth and nail if I could have, just because I thought that's the kind of show you use to launch a platform, in my opinion, right? Like it's like you got this, and then you got all these. What, bruh? I don't know. I just don't.
But then again, it's like it's almost like you have to. I'm just like brainstorming it in my head right now. So being like a new platform like that, you have to establish yourself in such a way. So it's like nobody knows really what you're about. Like obviously you can market well enough, but having that show, that caliber of show on HBO, it's gonna get eyeballs, right? Because it's HBO and HBO's quality is like here. So I mean, maybe it's a play where you do this first show, you know, on other platforms, and then eventually you make your own thing, and you're like, okay, like I don't know.
Yeah, even Horizon, that's a show too, right there.
Which one?
Easily. Horizon, you could easily turn that into a show or whatever you want to do with it. Easily. What? Man, they got some stuff that I think that they really could dip into if they wanted to make a platform, and it's just odd.
I feel like it's more of just like, you know, they're limited to their resources. Like they can't just like shell out all their, you know, R&D on a whole new streaming service, especially since, you know, they still got to find a Game Pass competitor.
I was just going to say that the Game Pass competitor may be another thing.
Yeah, but they got to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, I think it's smart, like Denzel said, is to do it for now, like outsourcing other companies that would pay them to have it in their platform. So it just depends on how successful these shows become once they're released.
Yeah. I'm honestly, we're talking about this a lot because it's like weighing on my mind a little bit too. But The Expanse, like I've never really watched the show. Like I said, there's a couple people that I know who've raved about it. But from my understanding, wasn't that like a sci-fi show? And when I think about sci-fi shows, I don't know. I don't get a good like I'm not excited about them at all. You know, there's like a level of like cheesiness to them that I wouldn't want my boy Kratos to be going through. So
yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Because when you said that Horizon show, the first thing that came to my mind was like the cheesiest like version of having Aloy like walk around the wilds, and I was like, ooh, I don't think I want that show. I mean, I'm sure that they could do something better than what my mind is visualizing, but I don't know.
I feel like, you know, because I feel like Horizon would be like one of those where like they don't put as much effort in just because it is a new IP, even though it is like popular, but like they just like, you know, half-ass it, and next thing you know, it looks like some cheesy 2000s sci-fi show with like terrible CGI and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it would cost the most easily.
Yeah.
It would cost a lot of money to make that show based on the creature models and shit. Like, ooh, that's basically you're making a Transformers TV show right there. Because like the amount of time they got to put into the character models and Transformers, I almost feel like you would have to do it with the things that I don't know what you call them, the creatures, the whatever that be in the game.
Yeah,
Autobots roll out.
Them big ass, like remember that one that's in the game in the first one where it's like a big ass giraffe with like a. I don't even know how to really describe it, but it's big as fuck. Like you have to have like the proper types of CGI to get that to look right in a TV show or a movie or whatever. Cinematically, I guess I should say.
Tall necks, that's what they're called.
That would cost a lot of money. Way more than probably Last of Us. I would assume because Last of Us is gonna be. It's gonna be one of them shows where they could cut some corners like how Walking Dead did. Like, you know, when you find out that certain things in Walking Dead were just barbecue sauce and sausages and shit like that, they were good at using resources to give us something that we didn't think it was. You know, so I don't think the Last of Us has to really worry too much about that. But like Horizon, bruh, you need a lot of money. Oh yeah.
I want some barbecue sausages. Yummy.
So I'm gonna help you out with a pause. I probably should have said pause to myself.
I wasn't even thinking of it that way. See, y'all just a whole mess. We're gonna
this raunchy episode. We here. Where we at?
Listen. No. Listen.
Yeah,
I'm making a pause movie. You know what I'm saying? You're acting like a nice sausage. Like, let me stop because y'all are just gonna be like,
yeah, you had to stop because you was gonna go someplace you couldn't come back.
Diving down into a place we don't need to go.
You wasn't gonna come back from that one, Goop. I'll tell you that right now. Just leave it alone, bro.
Manny, I'm gonna let you have your moment here. We're gonna pivot to the next topic here. I'm gonna let you have your moment because just don't go down the wrong. Just don't go down the wrong avenue here. You know, just
stay
stay
out here striking vipers, right? That's the joke.
Yeah, just stay in your lane here, Manny. You know.
Okay. I'll stay in my lane. Okay, I see you making some references to our newly released Gran Turismo 7.
Yes, sir.
Of course, Gran Turismo 7 released March 4th. Got my hands on the game. Got me one of those Logitech wheels, of course, as well, so I can get the full experience, even though it's technically not the full experience, but I'm not paying thousands of dollars for a setup. My first impressions, I do like the car models. I think they look great in my opinion. Some of the things that you do have, like with the scenery and the photos and everything, take great pics and everything. Gameplay wise, I feel like it really do feel like a nice racing simulation. A little bit more realistic than what I was thinking, and I was even reading on a lot of reviews and other people saying how like this definitely does feel like a little bit more realistic, like of a realistic simulator compared to past Gran Turismos and other racing games. A couple of things that are disappointing so far. The beginning, of course, is you get like a long ass tutorial that like I feel like takes maybe like, and no exaggeration, like 34 hours just to complete. And in order to like progress, you have to do it. You can't play multiplayer without doing it. You can't do other things. And I'm just like,
immediate L.
It was
immediate
painful.
L.
Bro, now you said no exaggeration, 34 hours.
Not 34. I said
3 to 4.
Oh. I'm still done. I'm done.
Yeah, that's immediate L, bro.
I was like almost turned off by that fact because like, so the new thing is the Gran Turismo Cafe where you complete these like menu books just to like, you get a stupid screenshot of like the pictures in the end of like the 3 cars you unlock, and you get like a little story behind what it means and everything like that. It's a cool little feature, but when you make that like the main point of the game, and like they basically like do everything around it, like you only rank up when you collect the cars, you only like progress in the game when you collect the cars from the book and everything like that. And it's annoying because like you're tied down to these stupid events. You can't even play really all the races yet until you like, complete like a portion of the tutorial part until you unlock the racing modes and everything like that. And it's just like, if you want to just jump in as a seasoned Gran Turismo player that just wants to race, you're going to be struggling. And I was struggling myself. Like the only thing that was keeping me going was the fact that I got a racing wheel and I was putting it to work because I spent a lot of money on this. So what is it called? But other than that, I mean, like I said, the gameplay feels great. The customization I like a lot. It's not too much as I thought it was going to be. Like in the Gran Turismo trailer, they made it look like it was going to be a lot with the, the Silva Nissan that they had showing off. But like in reality, it's like bare bones like any other racing game. You got your front bumper, rear bumper, side skirts, spoiler, that's it. But they also added tuning finally to Gran Turismo. The tuning is pretty in depth. I actually like that about that a lot too. And I was, interested enough. I found out you could actually like race with turbo, and I'm like, not turbo, nitrous, and I'm like, I'm surprised they put a nitrous in a racing simulator. But other than that, it's like I said, it's a solid PlayStation motorsport game. I still think Assetto Corsa is probably still a better racing simulator if you do have the option to play it. The only thing that sucks about playing Assetto Corsa on console is the reason why that game is as beloved as it is because the mods on PC are great, but you don't get those mods on console. But other than that, I think Gran Turismo is a solid racing simulator. Personally, I feel like they could have done more. Like a lot of the car types is pretty disappointing. Like there's really no new cars except for maybe a handful of it. Like for example, I think like what the latest Ferrari you could get is like a Ferrari from like the early 2000s or like 2010s, and it's just like you want to drive. You play the motorsport game to try to drive the newest things, and when like the latest cars you get is like 2017 and stuff like that, is like it kind of is a turn off, especially when Forza Horizon does a great job of expanding a huge list of cars you can drive. But I mean, other than that, like everything else, I mean, I think the sceneries look beautiful and the tracks, the like I said, the car details look good. So, I'm as a like early first impressions, I would probably say it's a good, maybe that tutorial is going to drop it a lot, honestly. But like, I probably would give it like a 7.5 so far. Like gameplay solid. The car list could use a lot of work. I'm sure there's going to be DLC in the future that he's probably going to have to pay. The tutorial is a pain in the ass to get through, but honestly, other than that, it's a solid racing game. A lot of tuning options and everything like that. Graphics are good. They're not Forza Horizon good in my opinion, but a lot of people have their own opinions. Like I said, it's a good foundation to have, but it's kind of a little disappointing for like your 25th year anniversary of a racing game.
I'd imagine it's disappointing with like based on the backdrop of Forza Horizon 5, which was having multiple conversations around a game of the year caliber game. Like it got 10s and 9s and so on and so forth. And that 7.5 is probably a pretty general score that I'd seen across the board. 7.5, 8, even a little bit lower. It's weird, man. Like when the game first got announced, I could care less. I could care absolutely less. And then that state of play dropped, and I was like, I still don't really care about it, but I guess I'm a little bit more curious now. I was gonna download the game, and then Elden Ring just completely took over my life. So there went that basically.
Yeah, I feel like there's no point for you, especially since like I know you don't want to go through a 3 to 4 hour tutorial. Honestly,
definitely not going through a 3 to 4 hour tutorial for a game that I was skeptical about in the first place. Definitely not. Not. But
that is,
yeah, it's disappointing to hear about the. I've heard a couple things about the graphics not really being up to snuff, especially when it actually is ray tracing like while you're driving from what I remember reading, right, Manny? In comparison to Forza Horizon, where Forza Horizon is only ray tracing in the Forza Vista. And it's like, okay, so you have the ray tracing, PlayStation 5 is supposed to be super powerful. You have all this raw horsepower to throw at, cars that are only on a track, and it's still not looking as good as Forza Horizon, which is an open world game. Like obviously game developers is a lot more complicated than me just breaking down those two things and like comparing them. But man, like if the team over at Playground Games could get Horizon 5 to look as good as it does, being an open world, version of Mexico. And these dudes, even though they have a good amount of tracks and all that stuff, and it seems like they don't have as many cars, like it's just it's interesting. I guess in the PlayStation world, if you don't own an Xbox and your only option is PlayStation, this is going to be like the quintessential driving experience for you, right? Because there really aren't that many simulation racers out there right now, especially not on PlayStation 5. So,
like, I think another, Gridden actually just came out a couple weeks ago. I didn't get my hands on it because, like, there ain't no point in buying all these racing sims when you're probably going to get the same tracks and car list, honestly. Another one that I think also just came out is Assetto Corsa Competition, and I heard that one's a really good like racing sim. I haven't got my hands on it because the game I think is like still like I think it's $6 on PlayStation and 40 on Steam, so I'm waiting for that to drop a bit. But I'm like I hear like Assetto Corsa is just like the better option, honestly. Like the number one racing sim when it comes to like all this stuff. Like, I do like the little details you get in Gran Turismo that you don't get Forza if you're like only tied to PlayStation or Xbox. Like for example, there are some competitive races that would have you go to a pit stop and you would have to do at least one per match and swap out tires and you have to do strategic fueling and everything like that, which I like about it, but still I know you.
That's not everybody's cup of tea. I understand that.
Yeah, because like you're more of like a casual racer. Me, I like that. Like I love motorsports, Formula One, all that kind of stuff. So like I get it, but which I do like that the option is there. Forza is more of like I feel like a casual, more realistic racing compared to, or a casual sim compared to like Gran Turismo, but like
you mean like Horizon, or you're talking about motorsport as well?
Motorsport, I would say motorsport as well, because like more the details you get in Gran Turismo, I'll give them their due respect. There is like a lot of stuff that goes into it. I mean, they even go as little as like I know it sounds annoying and everything like that, but you got to do like oil changes and stuff like that.
I mean, I understand why that could be appealing to like somebody who likes that type of stuff, but it's interesting that even though Gran Turismo has those types of things, like the big like racing heads, the people who would want those types of things still tend to gravitate towards Forza. Like, why do you think that is?
I mean, at the end of the day, Forza, like, we've seen Horizon. Horizon is a great game.
But I'm not even talking about Horizon. I'm talking about motorsport, to like just the comparison between motorsport and Gran Turismo. Because Horizon is like, it's an arcade racer. I mean, it's not as arcadey as like say Need for Speed, but they don't try to trick you into thinking that this is actually like a complete driving sim. It's just like, this is a fun racing game here. But motorsport is billed as an actual racing sim. And obviously Gran Turismo is built as an actual racing sim. And I do notice that there are more, I guess for me, what I would consider tedious, but for what a gearhead would consider interesting features in Gran Turismo, but yet people still tend to gravitate towards Forza. So that's what I'm saying. Why do you think that is?
I feel like Gran Turismo compared to Forza, like I said, I feel like even though like Forza Motorsport is a racing sim as well, I feel like it's more in tune for more casual gamers like us. Because like they got of course the in-depth tuning and everything like that Gran Turismo does. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. As Gran Turismo does as well, but I feel like it's just more appealing to the casual gamer because there's like it's less in depth. Like it's more simplified. There we go, simplified. Compared to what Gran Turismo is. So that's why I kind of see.
But I get Forza. That. But my question is specifically around like gearheads. I'm not talking about casual people. Gearheads tend to prefer Horizon. Forza Motorsport over Gran Turismo. So I'm just from your perspective of being someone who's played both games. Why do you think that is? Like, it's not a simplicity thing because gearheads aren't looking for simplicity.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends because, like, I mean, at least the YouTubers I see, they all recommend Gran Turismo over Forza when it comes to like racing sims. But, I mean, in the end of the day, I think, like I said, like Forza is just like a simple game where like it's easy to pick up and play. I would say. I mean, like, there's no 3 to 4 hour tutorial, so I would say like Forza is like I said, easier just to pick up and play, honestly.
Okay.
I know my answer is probably not like the best one yet, but
I it's just something I'm personally curious about because I mean I can't speak to the YouTubers that you see, but like the reviews from actual racing enthusiasts tend to give like the Forza franchise like higher rated scores than Gran Turismo, and I personally was just curious as to why. I mean, I may read up on some of those.
I mean, it might just be the fact that like Forza does have a huger car list, and I believe like before they also had a bigger track list. I think like Forza 7 and Gran Turismo Sport in the last gen consoles, like Forza had over 700 cars. Gran Turismo only had like 300. Forza had like I don't